Hi, everybody. Welcome to
Hello.
My Other's Keeper. We have Crystal again.
Yeah.
I love when she comes to stay. Anyway, this is Friday game day. So until a few people show up, the link is in the chat. I guess I have to point that way. The link is in the chat. Feel free to come on screen. I would love to be able to play with people on screen. If you want, you can have your face showing, or you could, hang on. There we go. Okay, I screwed up. You can stop your camera and simply have audio only. Hello, Jaden. Nice to see you. If you want to come online, please feel free. I would love to have you on and play trivia. Just click the link that's above and we will be more than happy to see you. This is my newest Starbucks cup. Came out, actually, it comes out tomorrow. I happen to get an early one, but I'm not supposed to tell anyone. Whoops. Don't tell.
Oops.
So, yeah. Anyway, but that's what's going on here. So what's new with you, Crystal?
Not much since last night.
Yeah, but we didn't tell current events last night. Last night we talked about
Yeah.
history and healing and that kind of stuff. So what's actually new for you?
What's actually new?
Yeah.
I'm just about done being off work for a month on medical leave, and I'm just about to start month 2 being off on medical leave.
There you go. Yes. So a matter of just timing and
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Yeah, I was on medical leave for a period of time, and once you start feeling well, don't get overconfident, because if you go back too soon, that feeling well just dissolves. It's done. So
Well, and I think when I do go back, I'll kind of ease my way in.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, having a plan, that's something Crystal's doctor talked about. Having a firm plan before you go in, that's super important. So everybody knows their roles, everybody knows what's expected. Hey, Mary, nice to see you. I hope your back starts feeling better soon. She was saying that her fibromyalgia has kicked up a notch and her back is really sore. So
Sorry
there
to
we
hear
go.
that.
Yeah, here for the support. I like support. Support is good. Everybody needs a bit of support. So Spanx, not Calhoun, good support. Okay. So does anybody want to come on and play, or is it just going to be me and Crystal looking at each other going, well, because otherwise we could just sit and visit. I'm fine with visiting. If you have questions or comments in the chat, it takes a minute, like it takes probably about 15 seconds or so, and we can see them. But other than that, coming on screen is the fastest way to communicate. Yeah. And like I showed you, you do not have to have your camera on. You can have your camera off and simply be off screen, which is perfectly fine.
Yep.
Yes. And yesterday, I believe, was Mary's birthday. So
Happy birthday.
Yes, if I did not say it already, I may have lost my mind. But yes, if I haven't said it already, happy birthday, my friend. And I'm so glad it was a blessed day. That is awesome. It's always good to have like something real and tangible and heartfelt for your birthday. So that's awesome. Hey, Kristen Melinda, she can't come on screen. She's working on admin stuff while she listens, but absolutely say hello. Hello, Kristen.
Hello, Kristen.
Yes, good to see you.
Yes.
Yes. So let's see, what else is new with me? I've been learning how to crochet. Oh, it was Tuesday. There we go. I am so sorry, Mary. Oh, and here's
Hey,
Misha. I've been learning how to crochet. Crystal has been teaching me how to,
Uh,
well, sort of.
YouTube has been teaching you.
YouTube has been teaching me how to crochet, and I'm doing what Mary has been doing, and these are soap keepers, but I've done mine in kind of a scrubby-ish type uh, yarn, and that way it's soft enough you can use it on your face, but firm enough you'll actually be able to exfoliate something. So I'm doing them like that, and so that's something that it's only taken me 3 weeks to get this far, mostly because I, with my ADHD, tend to lose track of not track, but attention. Yes, of what's going on.
But you did make two that first couple of days that you were.
I did. I did make two the first couple of days. So the fact that I have had this show, this YouTube channel going on for 6 months. Yesterday was our 50th
Woohoo!
50th show. So I didn't talk about that last night, but I'm so excited that we've had 50. Yes, 50. So
Yeah.
she's a good friend to have.
And I was number 50.
She was number 50. Oh, Misha was dreaming about crocheting last night. Okay. Awesome.
Do you crochet, Misha?
Who all crochets here? I know Mary does,
And I do.
and she does.
And you do a little bit now.
Mm. As they would say in Arabic, shway shway. That means very little, little, little. Long time ago, Misha
Ah.
did. Okay. So, Misha, would you like to come online and chat? You do not have to have your screen showing, like I've shown a couple of times, and you can just have your audio on. We'd be more than happy to have you on to talk. ADHDer here too. So I get you. I get you well. Yes. So I'd like some opinions here. On Tuesday, I was thinking of doing some painting again because I don't have somebody booked. I could book somebody in, but I was thinking, no, I got a lot of really good feedback um, doing the painting that I did. This is the finished product with all of the gloss varnish and that kind of stuff on it. People really liked the sky behind before I put the tree up. I don't blame them. I liked it too, but my point was to do a tree. So next time we can do sky behind and maybe something smaller so it doesn't get in the way of the sky and the clouds and all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, so that's that. You love the tree, I do too. Um, so if you want, oops, that's crooked. There we go.
That's even more crooked.
It's crooked the other way. Okay, there we go. All right. So yes, it's trees are nice. Trees are life, and like even though that one's a silhouette of a tree, it still has leaves and such on it. So it just trees are wonderful that way. They're just branchy and they reach out to the sky. I just love that. Um, or I could see if I could get my materials upstairs to do a pour on the kitchen table instead of down in my dungeon or my paint room, whichever you want to call it, because the lighting down there is really, really terrible. So it doesn't look nice when you're trying to do a video of it. Yeah. If you ever want to check out my videos, I believe that is how you find them um, on YouTube, on the YouTubes. There we go. So, nope. We're going to, nope. Apparently I can't do that. Yeah. So anyway, Pookie Woo's Designs. I'm just going to make sure that that's actually how you do it because otherwise, Pookie Woo's, that's not the one I want. I want this one. And that does my PookieWoo's account. And that's doing our show from last night. There we go.
Oh, that's
It's
a bad way to stop that one.
It's just at PookieWoo's, not PookieWoo's Designs. And I think I got rid of our StreamYard. Oh, no, there's the StreamYard studio. Okay. So it's at PookieWoo's. Okay. At there we go. At PookieWoo's. So if you ever want to see videos of me doing my painting and stuff like that, that's where you go. If you want to see other painting and how, hi Jaden, I'm glad you're still here. If you want to see other videos of having art talk about how it has helped me with my sanity, I'll do it on this channel. So does anybody actually want to play trivia, or are we just going to have a chat? I am good for both. I am good either way. Which would you prefer?
We're very bad at trivia.
We're
so
very bad at trivia.
it's all in fun.
So it is totally all in fun. Jaden, are you any good at trivia? This is the question here. I'm going to add Crystal.
Oh.
There you go. Kim and Crystal, best buds. Working on your entry real quick. So I'll be trying to come on in 5. Perfect. Okay,
Awesome.
so that's great. That's great. We can actually visit, which is good. Yeah. Let's see. Misha, who is awakened by the Looking Glasses reflection, she does AI work, whether it be artwork like visual arts or if it's music or that kind of stuff. She is so talented. The woman has a skill, let me tell you. And over time, she will be doing an intro for my little YouTubes here. So that'll be cool. I'll have to figure out how to set that up to go on before the video, before the end, maybe with a countdown. That's a lot of work. Aw, shucks.
And she has a pretty good singing voice too.
Does she?
Yeah.
I did not know this. Misha, you will have to show us.
Okay. And it's not the AI. Her voice isn't in the AI stuff.
All right.
Singing, but she sang "Happy Birthday" to me. Pretty good.
Awesome. Oh, good. And Misha can help with the setting up and all of that too. Oh, I'm gonna need your help, my friend. Help, my friend. Yeah.
Yes. Everyone has their strengths,
Mm-hmm.
which is awesome.
Oh, Crystal, you are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are too, Misha.
Yes. So, what else is new in other people's lives? Mary has been fighting with her fibromyalgia, and it was her birthday on Tuesday. Sorry, I'm so late. And Jaden, glad you're still here, my friend. I don't really know anything about you, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me, maybe you don't have to say where you're from, maybe North America, Europe, Asia, whatever. I'm in Canada. I'm in Saskatchewan. I won't probably tell you any closer than that. But yeah, I'm in Saskatchewan, and I absolutely love the teeny weeny itty bitty little town, maybe 700-ish people that I live in. Absolutely love it. Need a link. Okay. There's the link. Okay. Okay. So yeah, there's a teeny weeny little town that I live in. It's about 700-ish people. And it's wonderful. It's a place where my kids could go to school and sing Jesus Loves Me without getting beaten up. It's a place where kids could play on the street and go out and play till dark, like we used to do as Generation X. Um, and I really appreciate that. I have to say. Oh, Misha's going to be right back. Um, so that's my husband and I each grew up in small towns. He grew up in one small town his whole life. I grew up in lots of different ones, including the one where Crystal comes from. And it just was, I've met so many amazing people in these small towns. And Crystal and other people in that small town happen to be among those people. The rest of her family sucks. Not gonna lie, and I'm probably not wrong. Well, no. Her dad is a sweetheart.
Yes.
Her dad's a sweetheart. But her mom and her brother's really not such great people. And if you want to know more information about that, you can go on my other's keeper your
Main
YouTube.
page.
Yep, my main page, and you can look up the playlist.
Yep.
Brushed my teeth today, can't do a thing with them. Anyway, so yeah, you can look at the playlists. You'll see Crystal's playlist of her first, and we just did her fourth.
Yep.
Fourth. Next one is going to be number 5, and we will probably do that one in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, so this is really good. What else do we have going on? Let's see.
Who else is in the chat?
Well, we've got Misha, we've got Jaden, we've got Mary.
Oh, Kristen was.
Oh yeah, Kristen Melinda's doing paperwork, admin
Kristen
stuff.
Melinda's
Yes.
listening.
Hello, Kristen. And Kristen has been doing something really cool. She has gone back into in-clinic counseling. And I'm so excited for her. She was doing corporate assessment and that sort of thing, which is important. It is important to have somebody who knows what's going on actually do the assessment. But when your passion is with humans and with face-to-face, like right there communication, and seeing people who have real world issues, there's nothing that helps the heart more than being able to say, I can help you help yourself.
Yep.
Right?
Give you the tools to
give you the tools. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's what Kristen is doing now. And I'm really glad she is. She was a guest on my show. Is it once or twice?
A couple of times.
Twice now.
Yep.
She's been on, and I definitely want to have her back. Oh yeah, we're going to have her on every month.
Yeah.
So yeah. If you have any psychological questions, that having said that, she is not going to diagnose anything, but just kind of some general ideas and some tools and tricks to deal with things. Yeah, Kristen loves it so much more than working for the health insurance company. So it still has paperwork, which is not my strong suit. But the humans are the real draw. And that for me, in every job that I've had, has been the real draw. Yeah.
That's the one thing that I miss being off is my regular customers.
Absolutely.
There's a couple of them that we always stop and talk to each other for a couple minutes when they come in. And
Yep. And as people know, my Starbucks cups, I have several Starbucks locations where they know me fairly well. There's 2 of them where they actually know my name. And
he doesn't even have to tell them what she wants. They just hear her voice and they know.
that voice with the same order all the time.
Her husband can go in, her best friend can go in, and they get her order.
Yeah. Oh, doesn't she usually like decaf? Oh yeah. Okay. and oat milk? Yeah, that's it. So yeah, they know me, which is good. So yeah, when I do my art shows, I can send the order with my husband to the local Starbucks, and they'll be able to get it right because now they know who he is. It's like, oh, he's with her.
Well, in that one Starbucks that we've been to a couple of times now, if we keep going there together, they're going to start knowing the two of us.
Absolutely.
Going
Yes.
together.
Absolutely. And my friend Samara, those of you who've watched my channel very much, you know Samara as well. And she and I go to one particular one and they recognize her. She's like, oh, you're with that friendly girl with the red hair. That's the one.
The chatty one.
Chatty one who says thank you in many, 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 many languages. Many, many, many languages.
We watched Police Academy 1 a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. And there's a particular character on there who goes, oh, there's many, many, many. Just, oh man, I have not seen that movie since it first came out in the 80s, like
Yeah, I think it was
early
in
to
the
mid
80s.
80s.
I think it was closer to the mid 80s.
Yeah, mid 80s. Oh yeah, that.
Because by then we actually had a regular TV and a VCR.
Mhm.
So
Yes. Yeah.
actually, that might have been closer to like 88 or
Yeah.
mid to
Yeah,
later
it was
80s.
87, 88 when I left your town.
Yeah, I
So,
think by then we had, because I know in 83 when I started school,
mhm.
if I was home and both my brothers were gone, Mom would turn the computer screen to TV and I could watch some TV.
Oh, okay.
It was a black and white TV, but
Huh.
it was still a TV.
I didn't know you could do that back then. Back in the Stone Age when you were young. And I'm 11 years older.
No, you're not. You're not that much
I'm
older.
6 years older. So, yeah. But yeah, it's just kind of funny how things work out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we started watching Wonderful World of Disney
Yep.
on it on Sunday nights.
Every Sunday.
And we're all crowded around this little tiny screen.
Which is probably
And-
smaller than this particular monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a bit smaller than the monitor.
Mhm.
And it was in the laundry / sewing room.
Yes, it was.
So
Yep. I can picture it now. Sewing machine off to the side, computer over there.
Sewing machine had its own desk.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
It was over in the corner on the cutting table.
Yes, it was.
But I
Yep.
think by the time you came, we'd gotten an actual TV in the living room by then.
That is entirely possible. I don't recall.
Yeah, I can't
Oh, hang
remember.
on. I cannot remember if it's simply because you've told me about it so many times or if I actually remember your mom watching baseball.
Oh,
That was a whole production. Whole production on its own.
oh yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
90210. I never did get into that one.
Yeah.
I don't think we were allowed to watch that one.
And you were quite a bit younger. Like it would have been a very different demographic than what
Yeah.
you would have watched. 90210 was kids who were my age and maybe a couple of years older.
Yeah, like it was teenagers and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And teenage drama filmed with 20-somethings trying to look like they're 18. I think that's a big reason why now, oh, Sam's here. Hey, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
I am like busier than like can be, so I don't know how attentive I can be, but I can kind of hang out while I'm trying to do things.
Well, right now we're just visiting, so we're doing just
Well,
a lot of
visiting I
that.
can do while I'm doing stuff.
Okay.
Other than mopping the bathroom. I'm not taking the
Ah,
lead for that.
yeah. Yeah. No, we're talking about 90210 and our teenage years and all of that stuff. So, yeah. And I was just saying 20-somethings playing teenagers was, I think, a big reason why so many of us in our teenage years had such self-esteem issues because we were up against people who were already through that awkward age of teenagehood,
True.
who had hair and makeup stylists and all of that other stuff that, you know, 99%
like
of the rest
normal
of us
people
did
at
not
all.
have. So, yeah.
Well, and the one that
Yeah,
I've been
imagine how
watching,
90210 would have been different if it would have been S7 something.
Yeah, it'd be called Letterkenny.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And so Mary has ice on her back and medicine going on as soon as she eats. So that's good. And what's new with you, Sam?
I need to take some decongestants, and I don't think I'm allowed to, but I might take one anyway.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Just kind of stuffed up today, and that happens on and off. And I've never had allergies to like tree pollens or anything, but oh my god, it's bad up
Mm.
here.
Do you know, I didn't have an allergy to pollen until about 3 or 4 years ago. And I
Yeah.
think you're about that much younger than me. So like late 40s kind of area, mid to late
Yeah.
40s.
They say as you get older, you end up with other allergies.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
true.
your
Our
body changes.
allergy cycles actually change every 7 years.
I've heard that. Yes.
But it could
Oh.
also just be that my nose is getting dry, and then it starts doing the bleeding, and then it starts doing the scabbing, and then it's like narrowing the nasal passage. So I think if I Vaseline my nose really good for a few days
There you go. Yeah.
before I go to bed, that'll probably help with all of that too.
Oh, for sure.
And,
Yes.
and getting some moisture in the air
Yeah,
helps.
for sure.
Moisture we are not short of.
Yeah, it's humid going on up there. And
Oh.
Mary had a huge crush on Luke Perry when she was a teenager. And frankly, I don't blame you.
No. I actually
was-
heard from, like, I saw a bunch of interviews from, like, the cast of both the remake of 90210 and the cast from Riverdale. And
Oh,
they
yeah.
said he legit is the nicest, kindest person that any of them had ever worked with.
And he played such a jerk.
Yeah. And
That
they
was his
said,
character.
yeah, and they said what was so hard was like literally the episode where like when he dies, they
Yeah.
had to write his character out really quickly. And they
Mhm.
are all like a mess in that episode. And they're like, yeah, no, legit, we all were a mess.
Absolutely.
Like that is everybody's actual reactions. So
Yes. Okay, and Misha has some pretty interesting graphics going on for hers. Well, that's cool.
I like it.
I can't show my
Mm.
face, but I can at least keep us entertained.
Yeah, hey, entertain us. Are you
like
not
it.
entertained? I seem to recall that from a movie.
Entertaining.
Yes, yes. So I think this may be the first time I've actually heard
It's
your
my
voice.
favorite show.
Yeah,
Is it really?
there you go. I
Oh,
think it's possible.
Nothing to write home about, but it works for me.
Hey,
Huh?
I don't know. I
Hi.
am home and all right if you want. It's all good.
Okay.
She's been on a few times on meeting.
It's
and
not as
Meeting.
good as it normally is because it's hot.
Yeah. Oh, gracious. What's the temperature where you're at right now?
I also have it says hot. She said the same thing. I don't even know. I haven't even checked it, to be honest. Let me see.
You know it's bad when the smart device just tells you it's hot.
Yeah.
It is right.
Okay, and
93
Mary
degrees
says-
Fahrenheit. So I don't know how to do the math, but it's hot.
You said it's what, 3 degrees?
93.
93 is hot.
93. Wow. And with our temperature today, it's up at 25
It's
Celsius,
hot.
which is about 77 Fahrenheit. I just looked it up and
Oh wow.
yeah, I'm a wimp.
In Canada.
I'll admit it. I'm a wimp. So yes.
I like when you ask what the
Me
wind
too. Our air
chill is
conditioner's
right
gone
now.
out.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I feel for you. I like when you ask what the wind chill is, and it tells you the temperature's warmer.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
You're straight up
It's like
rolling in.
it's
trick.
I have a picture somewhere, and it's of an ice cream truck, and it's like completely melted to the ground,
Oh, yep,
and
makes
that's what it
sense.
feels like. Even the ice cream trucks are like.
So I'm assuming you're in
By
the
the way, Samara, I've
States.
never
We're
actually met
talking
you
about
at all.
Fahrenheit.
So hi, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm in Oklahoma.
Hello.
In Oklahoma. Okay.
Hi.
I normally live about
And it
30
says
minutes
Awakened
from
and Boo.
Kim.
So
Normally.
really? From
Yep.
which is like
But right now I'm 3
Okay.
hours from Kim.
I got my
And
kid with
she's-
me, and so occasionally. Oh wow.
Ah, hello, Boo. I take it that's who Boo is.
Yeah, that's Boo. So occasionally you'll hear a voice intervene, and that'll be
All
my
right.
kiddo.
All right. So, Misha,
She
are
gets-
you wanting to do some trivia or are you wanting
Travel
to chat? I'm good.
all over the country with her job, and I think that is so fantastic.
Oh, cool. What sort of job do you do?
Yeah. I'm game. Whatever you think. Yeah, come closer, baby. I don't think they'll be able to hear you. Oh, we're gonna do that. She is a fixture install, so she does like the different, like what is it? CVS, Tractor Supply, Walgreens, Ross,
Okay,
Burlington's.
so
She sets them up,
installs things into stores.
and she gets to travel the country, which is just amazing.
That is so cool.
I'm so proud.
is
I'm like,
so
oh, I
cool.
would have done that once upon a time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you don't
Yeah,
have
so she's
kids
living the
and that
dream.
kind of stuff that you have to worry about coming home to, travel, be single, do your thing. You know, like,
Or be single like me
Yeah,
and
she's doing the
sit on
thing.
my duff all day at home.
You're cutting out, girl.
or you could do that. You could choose that option as well.
I would much prefer to be traveling
Traveling.
or outside.
Well, you know, she's actually helping me with this because I've been agoraphobic for
Okay.
like 5 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah, agoraphobia can
And
be
so-
absolutely crippling, can't
Cutting
it?
out.
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can fix that real quick.
I have
Okay.
a very
Too
good
much stuff
friend that
running
has
on
the
this
same
2012
issue.
laptop.
Ah, yes. What were you
And
saying,
he's-
Sam?
I said I have a friend
It's
who
been
has
heck.
the same
I mean, just to be
issue.
quite honest, it really has been miserable. But she's getting me out of the house, and so even if it's just to go to the airport to pick her up or to drop her off,
Beauty.
it's getting me to face my fears. Yeah, and it would have not ever happened probably otherwise. And so I'm grateful, even though I don't let her know so often, but I am grateful for it because it's helping.
My
It
my
really
friend
is. I had a breakdown the
my
other day
friend
driving
wouldn't
home.
even go to the my friend wouldn't even go to the
Over
grocery store or anything, and the job he had at the grocery store is part of what caused some of it.
I reached into my
Yeah.
tool set and I not in your car, honey, a mental personal breakdown, not your car. Your car is fine. But no, I reached into my tool set and I called my other daughter. She didn't answer. So I pulled out the piece of crap phone that you can barely do anything with and recorded a video and just talked while I drove.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep.
my other daughter called me, and so she worked with me the rest of the way home, and I made it safe. So it's all about learning those tools.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam was just saying that she has a good friend who
He
was
doesn't
suffering
like
from
it.
agoraphobia. Sam, why don't you tell
I'm
us a
so
little
cutting
bit
out.
more about that?
So his was between incidents that happened at work doing security for some stores and being targeted by people declaring he was being racist, which he wasn't. It was a fad in our province at the time that if you declared that the security were being racist, the stores would just pay you out a whole bunch of money to make it go away.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But they like posted his home address and stuff, so it freaked him out really bad. But he also has like PTSD from being in the army, so that didn't help. And for the longest time, he wouldn't even leave the house without like one of 3 people, and he wouldn't go in no matter where we went, kind of thing. And
I hate that.
then they got to the point where they couldn't afford him not to have a job, so he had to go get a job, and it's been very tough. And I said, like, how are you dealing with that? And he goes, well, it's kind of like going to work every day, and there's somebody walking around with a gun held to my head every day. So yeah, that's fun. But
Yeah.
it's been, I think he's been there like 4 or 5,
Yeah, I can
maybe
relate.
6 months now. Yeah. And I think he's been there about 6 months now, and he's finally starting to relax a little bit.
What's he
And
doing?
I mean, he's faking it well at work because
Good.
he actually is being trained to be an assistant manager now, which is amazing. And
Good for him.
his boss actually asked him one day, he said, how come you never want to work with this one person? Like, he goes, I hate to ask you this, but he goes, are you racist? Because she is Muslim of some type, one of those kind of countries. And he goes, no, actually just makes me feel really uncomfortable. And he's like, why? He goes, well, because of when I was in Iraq for the war. He's like, you don't even know how many of those people I killed, and I feel guilt every time I see them and I'm around them.
And we don't think about
Because
that
he said,
nearly enough. Oh my
it's
goodness.
like it was my job to call out locations for the artillery units to fire. And he's like, so anytime
Bless his
I'm
heart.
around people that are from that area of the world, he's like, I just feel horrible, horrible guilt. I'm like, yeah, that's something you don't think
That's
about.
something that we should address.
Yes,
That is something that we
absolutely.
really should address. As a nation, we should address this, because as society, not nation, but as society, because that is something that
Mhm.
our men and women go out and sacrifice their entire futures. Their futures will never be the same because they decided to stand up and fight for our rights that we don't even appreciate and we take advantage of.
Yeah.
And it's so
Exactly.
sad what they do.
And I mean, he's
It's so
also one
sad.
of the soldiers that has to monitor and stuff because he was at one of the big camps that had all the burning pits and stuff.
Oh,
So he's
wow.
got to
wow.
watch for all the effects from that too. So, and that's something that like they're not really doing anything. And because he's not in the States now, if something does come up, he's not even covered.
Mhm.
But he goes, not like it'd be
And
any
that's
better
something
if I
that really
were in
bothers
the
me
States.
too.
Yeah.
We don't support our veterans the way that they deserve.
No.
They should be given highest honors. And
Absolutely.
it's so disgusting what they do.
Yeah. And I
tell
think it
him that
doesn't
there is
matter
somebody-
where you're at. I think it doesn't matter where you're at in the world. I don't know that there's anywhere that really treats their veterans with the respect that they deserve. Like they have.
No, or we wouldn't go so easily into places and do the things that we do if they were given the respect they
Right.
deserve, honestly. And then
Probably.
after the fact, it's just, well, Samara, tell him that there is 2 people in Oklahoma, at least, that say
Mhm.
thank you for everything that he does still,
Mm-hmm.
and that we'll be praying for him.
Absolutely. He is from, I can't remember if it's North or South Carolina. And that is where
Wow.
Sam was when she injured her feet so badly, which ended up becoming one of the reasons why she ended up having an amputation. So is he from
Right.
North or South
I've
Carolina?
seen some of her story.
He is from kind of, technically, he lived kind of all over the States because his dad was in the Navy. So he was born in Pensacola, Florida, and they lived in a lot of places. They lived in Scotland for 3 years. After
Wow.
Scotland, they moved to California, to the main Navy yards off by California. And then from there, they ended up in North Carolina, which is where they were when his dad retired and moved back up to Canada. And he was stationed out of Georgia.
All right.
So he was stationed
Wow.
out of Georgia, and when he left the army, he was in North Carolina. So,
and
kinda
North
all
Carolina
All
is
over.
where his
I've been
kids
to
are at, right?
Oklahoma, Texas.
yeah, North Carolina is kind of where I burnt my feet. It was literally in a park on the border of North and South Carolina. Yay, Carowinds! Great park.
Oh, wow.
Expensive. Mhm.
Mm.
Sounds like you should sue. I'm like, why? Because I didn't have footwear on? Not their fault. He's like, that's not how Americans think. I'm like,
Right.
well, thank God I'm not American.
Oh,
Don't
You
have it in
know-
me to sue people.
You know, yeah.
I'm like,
But
I was
then, you know,
stupid.
when there are
It's not
times
the
when
park's
they should.
fault.
And,
It's like I was stupid. It's not the park's fault.
well, there's
He's
sometimes
like,
that we should and we don't. It's not like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, babe.
He's like, but Disney owned it then. You could be rich. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But
No,
you
I
know,
have a
that's what people don't
cousin.
think too, is rich is so defined differently to different people.
To
Absolutely.
me,
And
rich is,
monetary has
woohoo,
never been
I
my
have
means of
$5
being rich.
in my bank.
I have a friend who was given
Right?
a couple of
I had
million
been more
dollars
rich whenever
by
I
her
was
mom.
homeless.
She doesn't consider herself rich at all. She considers herself fortunate.
Oh
And
my
I'm
god.
like, dude, I am so not fortunate compared to
That's,
you.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's
You
you
know,
know, it was
when we were
funny
homeless, there were times that I remember. Go ahead, babe.
when Kat
I have a
and
lag.
Kat,
I'm
one of my
sorry.
previous roommates, and I were having a discussion about. John walked in as we were talking about when I'm rich, I'm gonna go buy this certain item, and he's like, "Okay, what rich are we talking? Are we talking won the lottery or what?" And Kat goes, "Well, I mean, it just depends on grocery prices. We were talking about buying a small container of ice cream." And he goes, "So payday?" And we're like, "Well, it depends how much it costs. Could be either way. Win a lottery,
Yep.
get paid."
For real.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's getting scary. It is getting
Oh,
scary. It really, really is.
for sure.
You can't eat healthy. They say eat healthy. They say it's like, I have not even bought a ticket for the lottery, so how can I do that? How can I do
Yes.
that?
Do you want to hear scary prices, guys? I bought celery on sale today. Here's the bag. This is a normal size celery bag, okay? For size. It doesn't even a third of the way fill it. It was on
Wow.
sale for $4.
Yikes.
You know, is that not insane?
It is totally insane.
It's so aggravating. I could talk about this for hours, y'all. Oh, I could talk about
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Yep.
Misha, I need to have you on my show so we can actually sit and have a chat and talk about everything
know.
from agoraphobia to prices of groceries to whatever you like to talk about. But I would love to have you on
Can
my
I put
show
on my
at some
tinfoil
point.
hat?
If you need your tinfoil hat,
I was
that's fine. Let's see.
I am the president,
What are we doing in
self-proclaimed.
July?
Well, we have Boo's birthday. She's my little firecracker. So her birthday is the 4th of July.
Oh, nice.
And then I know she'll be in Oklahoma. She'll be about an hour away, but she'll be in
Okay.
Oklahoma because that's, believe it or not, she's going to be working about a little over an hour away this week. But then after that, we have interviews for the movie for Christina, and I'm not really looking forward to that. So I'm going to be needing some support, some real big time. I'm going to be needing some love.
Absolutely.
And then we have Christina's birthday, and so it's going to be a hard month. But
Would
after
the
that,
second
after
be
the
a difficult time for you, so we can maybe get some of the word out for this?
second might actually be a good time because it'll be before everything gets really, really emotional.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
yeah, it'll be
So I'm gonna put
emotional
you in my
anyways. I'm just going to warn you
schedule
ahead of
for
time.
the second.
Okay. Yay! It's down. It's official.
Woohoo! All right.
I have to go mop the bathroom floor. I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
No, it's the
That does not
kids
sound
coming
like-
home, so the house has to be clean.
Fair.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Because
Yeah.
it all gets reported back to mom.
Oh, yes. Of course.
Mm. Gotcha. Oh. What the world is your son barking at? That is your son. That's not mine. That is not Brutus. That is Arrow. That is your boy. He's got a very deep bark. Oh my goodness. We got the fur pup and the grand pup.
Ah. All right. So are you
Very
a
interesting.
puppy mummy, or are you somebody who sees animals as animals?
I see them as my best friends. And I think that it is an honor that we are able to be with them. And I think that many people would do so much better if they would learn to speak closer to their language rather than them having to listen to us all the time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah. Okay.
There are fur babies. I don't believe that we own animals. I think that we have a responsibility to them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just gonna hit her in the arm here. Yeah. No, I think if we treated animals not necessarily like humans, because we treat humans like crap, but if we treated
Right.
animals with the respect that a living being deserves, I am not the type
Right.
of person who will let my dog sit at the table and eat supper. I won't, because he's a dog.
Right. Right.
But at the same time, I will not allow, bad things to happen to my dog. I will love my dog and cuddle and
Right.
kiss and all of this other stuff, just like you would any, 5-year-old, because that's about what most of their
Right.
intelligence quotients would be like, right?
Ooh, I tell you what, I don't know though. I disagree with that one because wowzers, these guys, they like whenever we first got Brutus, which is my fur boy, he's about 100 pounds, full
Oh,
bully
wow.
dog.
Okay.
And when we first got him, I was like, honey, I don't know what we're going to do because he doesn't know any of our language at all because he did not understand anything I was saying to him. He was just smiling and he's got a beautiful smile and he was just smiling and looking at me wanting to, but he just didn't get it. And I'm like, oh no. And I tell you what, within a week's time, he knew everything that I was saying. And I mean, I've tested it and it's just freaky, but it's because,
Wow.
I'm willing to look at him in the eyes and I'm willing to explain. And that's just like with children. If you explain and look them in the eyes and get down to, if they are small, you get down to their eye level. And if you speak to them, then they feel seen, they feel heard, they feel valued, and they're willing to appreciate it. It's just amazing. And I think I've seen so many people that they're just dogs and not, they're there to entertain them or they're there to protect or whatever. And I'm like, we have responsibility. We just, I just love fur babies.
I love fur babies too. And you know what? You're not
Can you hear her?
We just, a storm just started over our house. Okay. Sounds like the siding is being ripped off.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Do you need to check into that?
No. It just sounds like it. I can hear its things dropping. So I'm wondering if it's hail because it sounds pretty hard. So yeah.
Or heavy rain.
Or heavy rain. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And Mary's dog,
we are in Tornado Alley.
Oh yes.
We are too. At least I am where I live.
It's changing.
Away.
Yeah.
There's a tornado across the river last week.
Really?
Oh my
It
gosh.
was very scary.
She is.
There was a lot of trees that came up in town.
It's a scary thing. It really is. And it's changing. The trajectory of it is changing to where it's going even further up north than what we're used to. And so like whenever it comes in Ohio, I've messaged Mary once. I'm like, are y'all okay? Because, that's not something that normally happens, but our weather has changed so much. Okay. I'm going to ask again because she's wanting to know, you guys are in the Saskatchewan area of Canada, correct? You and right now Crystal is. She's not normally, but right now. Okay, and then Samara, you're right now 3 or 4 hours just north of them.
I'm about an hour from the Alberta border.
They're all from Canada.
Yeah, we're all from Canada.
Yeah.
Okay.
And between these two,
we're the only
I am
Okies
central. So Crystal is.
She says, "Don't be proud of that." Yeah, we're central.
Yeah. So Samara's about 3 hours northeast, and Crystal is. Pardon?
Northeast.
Northeast, yeah. And Crystal is about 3 hours west, a little bit southwest.
I don't know.
So yeah, west southwest. So northeast and west southwest.
I'm about halfway between where Kim lives
So
and
Crystal,
Calgary. Yep.
you and I are 1 hour apart normally in time, right, Crystal?
Yes.
Yep.
You go by Mountain Time or Eastern Time?
Kim, I'll let you explain that one.
Okay,
can't remember.
Saskatchewan doesn't change time zones. So half the year we're on
No, no,
Central
no.
Time, and
Oh.
half
We
the
don't
year we're
change
on
clock.
Mountain Time. Pardon,
We
Sam?
change. We don't change our clocks. We change time zones.
That's right. Our whole province moves. But yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
that's-
But as far
Yeah,
as like
so-
time zones, okay, I think I got it.
So,
So
right
basically,
now
just
we're
pay
on
attention and
Mountain
watch and
Time
look and see
zone.
what time it shows up on the thing. Okay.
Right now it's
Okay.
3:51.
Well, we're central. We're
Right.
central, so it's 4:51 here, and
Right.
it
So
pretty
in the
much
fall,
stays
we
that
will
way.
be
I
on the
think
same
that
time.
they're talking about it, but yeah,
Yeah.
yay!
Yeah.
I know it's very confusing, especially with you, Allison, Sam, because you're all over the country, and so she gains
Yeah.
and loses hours all the time.
Oh wow. Yeah. It's difficult.
I'm like,
when
I
you have
just sleep
somebody
and
who travels.
I don't even have any kind of schedule anymore.
Penny.
Yeah.
Go.
You see that
Go.
picture right there that just
Go.
was just up?
Yes.
That when I was actually going to mention that whenever Samara was talking about her friend, because it's like, you know, and I think about it with Christina because with her being homeless, she was found she had 4 different layers of clothing on because it
Wow.
was Christmas time.
Yes.
And whenever we gripe about it being too hot, I feel guilty for it, you know, because yeah, it's hot, but can you imagine? And so when we think we've got it rough, there's always somebody out there that's got it so much more.
Exactly.
And so
You
that
are
picture, I was waiting for it to
exactly
come
right.
up to say it again.
Yeah. No, I have worked with those who have been refugees for many years. And people don't realize that a refugee is not just an immigrant, or a refugee is also not like an illegal immigrant. A refugee is sponsored by the government. But if they go back to their home country, they have like an 80 to 95% chance of getting killed. So
because technically they don't have a home country.
because that's right.
Oh, my.
Technically, they no longer have a home country. So
Because
when
they've
they
given up their
arrive,
sovereign rights for going to a different country.
well, no,
Right.
they don't have sovereign rights in their own country where they're from. Those
Oh.
rights have already been stripped by that government or the new government or something like that. They have been, yeah. So a lot of them will not arrive with
See,
good paperwork. They will have to find paperwork.
right.
And most of them will arrive with like, you know, those canvas type shopping bags that we have, with 2 or 3 of those, and that's all of their belongings
Mhm.
in the whole world. So it, like you said, when you think of Christina and her life on the street, and I think of my students and their lives as refugees, we are the rich ones. You know, I have a roof over my head, and
Yeah.
that storm outside is staying outside. So
Right.
yeah.
And that's it. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why, like, I can, right now, it's almost like I'm buried alive because we have so much stuff. And
Yep.
it's, you know, we're secondhand sellers. We used to do the auctions and this and that. And I was homeless too at several times in my life. And so I can appreciate the little things.
Yeah.
And so things don't have the material manner that they do to a lot of people, because I know what it's like to be rich and have nothing.
Yes.
I remember a very pivotal moment in my life. We were staying at a motel, and it was by the day. Sometimes we would be kicked out, sometimes we wouldn't, because you'd had to have the money by 6 o'clock that day. And I remember life was really, really tough, really, really tough.
Yeah.
And Bradley was dancing for me, and he does that. He does like the, you know, the Ally McBeal. Did y'all ever watch that show? There was a little baby that would come across the screen, and do the little dance. Well, he does that. And he does it and tries to act like it's not for me, but there's nobody else in the house, and so it's for me. And I'll see out of the peripheral. We'll play this little game. I'll look out of the peripheral and see him, and I'll, you know, and I'll try not to laugh. And as soon as I start laughing, that's whenever he stops. And so, you know, it's cute. And he was doing that for me. And I was in the restroom. We didn't even have a door in the restroom. That's this motel was jank. And that was a big thing for me at first too, you know, but you know that you are you're comfortable with somebody, you love somebody if you're able to have a place and not have a bathroom door. But I was
Yes.
thinking to myself how horrible it was, how horrible life was, right? But then when that happened, without even a thought, it came to me, life is good. And I was smiling and
Yeah.
just sighed, life is good. And it really, by all, you know, most normal people's perception in life wasn't good at all.
No.
But you have to be able to appreciate what you
No.
have in that moment. And
Yeah.
that made me rich.
Quite a
So
number of
everything
years
else
ago
comes and goes.
in 1996, my husband and I went to Mexico for 2 weeks. And the first week we were in Cancun, so with all the partying and stuff like that. And the second week we were in Cozumel, so much more relaxed. But while we were in Cancun, we took a trip up to Chichen Itza. And on the bus, there were some very well-off people who looked at these small villages and these little kids they're playing with a stick and a rock, and they were having a blast.
Disdain.
And people would smile and wave. And I mean,
Mhm.
we weren't giving them any money. We were just driving on by. And they were like, oh, I feel so bad for them. Look, they have absolutely nothing. And I'm like, no, they have a smile. That is more than a lot of rich folks have.
Yeah.
So, you know, like it is.
I was
it really
raised pretty
is.
well off.
Were you? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't.
I was. And so I've got
Yeah.
to see both sides. And I've got
Yeah.
to see the hypocritical treating people like crap because they were
Yeah.
over. And I swore I didn't ever want to be like that.
Right.
It gave me such a sense of, you know, we all were born differently. We all have different recipes. We all have different stories and all have different, there's reasons why we're here, every single one of us.
Right.
And we will never see the great big picture until that one day. And that one day we will be so much in awe that we will be able to do nothing but be in awe. And I can't wait for that. And I am honored that we are a part of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Every knee will bow
I'm
and every
honored.
tongue will confess.
So
right?
I get angry sometimes. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And until then, we do what we can, where we can. We acknowledge the fact that we're human and that
Yes.
there's one person that's ever been here that can say that was good enough to open the scrolls, that was good enough to do the things that needs to be done. And it's been done for us.
One. But that's
And so
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The rest of us, we're flesh and blood, and we're going to be yucky sometimes, but we just strive to not be. And that's right. It's hard. And sometimes I get in my feelers and I gripe and I'm cranky and, you know.
Yep. We're human. We're fallible. We are just skin and bones. But as long as we don't revel in that identity and we aim toward better.
Right.
You know, like I am going to say it loud and proud here. If you are a friend of Jesus Christ, it is not the same as saying, I know that there's a God and I'm a spiritual person. And being, and Mary's been through a house fire. She lost everything. My mom did the same. She lost everything. And she had to stand there and watch her house burn down.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. I'm sorry.
That's okay. But I mean, it's one of those
things and
where
that's a scary thing to go through.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
I never went through it personally, the fire being my house. But can you hear my son? Can you hear that?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, that's the fur boy Brutus. He's saying hi.
Yes. What breed is he?
I've never been through losing my son that way, but he's a bully.
Oh, nice.
He's a bully, and his mouth, oh my goodness, he will be like right above me in his great big jaw. And I know he's never going to hurt me, but I'm not going to lie. He's a little intimidating sometimes looking at that big old mouth. He's scared.
I can imagine. Yep, absolutely.
But he's just a big old lovey-dove. He'll turn his entire body into a U just to fit around your head because he loves you so much. He just wants to be all snuggle cutty. I'm like, how do you do that?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no clue. Oh wow. Yeah.
It's crazy. He will just morph into you if he could. And that's unconditional love right there. I tell you, he just wants
I
to be
tell you
fed.
what, that's for
He
sure.
just wants to have, be taken care of.
Absolutely.
That was
Isn't that
me.
what we all want?
You
Yeah.
know,
I think
if we would all just realize that,
Yeah,
if we would all just realize
absolutely.
it and admit that we all just want a little bit of, for me anyways, I have always had the need for validation.
Same
I'm
here.
adopted. So
Mm.
you were adopted?
Nope. I have a sister who
I
was
did not know
adopted.
you were adopted.
Nope. Nope.
Okay, see, I knew that
I
you had the
just
sister that was
recently
adopted.
found my sister. Let me show you a picture.
I know, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
You guys had the
And so
same
the
shirts.
one in the center is the one we found. And the
Isn't that
one
beautiful?
on the left is the oldest, and I am the youngest.
I have seen part of her. See, I see parts of people's videos. It's hard for me to be able to
Right.
stay.
Right.
Life is busy, and then I get scattered. And so I
hear ya.
try to make, I try to make everybody's. It's hard, everybody's schedule. I would like to get it to where that
It
we
is.
could get some sort of schedule written down and actually work together with it, because
Mary tried really hard.
there's
to
a lot
do
of people
that.
out there that's making a difference.
Yeah. Mary
Mhm.
tried really hard to do that. She just worked like 10 men, let me tell you. Unfortunately, though,
Mhm.
for example, and at the time we were trying to simulcast with the lifeboat, and now that's really not a thing that we can
Right.
do. They've decided
Right.
to try to demonetize all of that, and my shows were on exactly the
Lovely,
same time.
lovely YouTube, changing it all up.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's why I've created
Yeah.
playlists on mine, because it's like, you want to see it. Here's a playlist. Replay Crew is wonderful.
Exactly.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, I had a beautiful thing this morning. I want to brag on somebody and also on myself. I'm very grateful for this. I got a message today from Mon, and she has shared my aunt's video. And she said that all the way from Oklahoma to Perth, Australia to South Wales, she's sharing it with different therapists and different people in the mental health awareness community. And they are, one mother is a grandmother of she's got a 9-year-old grandson. And he has this, and he doesn't know how to explain it. And she was so happy that she was able to share that with him. And that made me feel really, really great.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
that's the thing with sharing our stories.
I had to brag on that. And that's community. That is community.
That is worth bragging on. Let me tell you.
So Mon is amazing.
And which
she
video
is in so many different places.
I will put a link up to that. Your aunt's video. Hang on. What's your aunt's video called?
Holly, I'm so sorry. Wowzers. That's horrible. Okay, sorry. Side note. Let's see. It's called Ants, and I did 2 different ones because the first one, it's like I was saying in Mary's show earlier. My audio, like when I'm working on it in my software, it sounds so great. But then whenever I upload it, it sounds totally different, and I don't know where the disconnect is there. And so then I'll play it when it's uploaded on YouTube, and it sounds horrible, and I'm like, yeah. So I've got 2 different ones, and I don't know which one sounds better. But it's Ants, the game. And it's for automatic negative thoughts. And like Crystal said, the video is not for everybody.
No.
Because, it's got the little crawlies, the creepy crawlies. But it describes, for me personally, how my ants affect me. And it's like they run through my blood, through my soul, through everything sometimes. It's just, they're horrible. And it's the best thing that I've found to be able to describe it. And that's what I like about this new platform that we're able to do the art on. and the music is I can express myself in ways that before I was never able to, and I can see things that are in my head and actually
Yep.
put them in a way that I can share with other people, and I think that's incredible.
Yes.
I had a real
exactly.
problem with AI. Yeah.
Mm.
I had a real problem with it, but I've also been researching it for over 20 years.
Oh, wow.
I have, because the way I look at it is if you're scared of something, then you get to know it, you understand it,
Mhm.
and you take that power away.
That's
And
right.
so I have actually been in tiny little places working with AI
Mhm.
for a long time. I have helped train it. I've helped, just different things. And it's, in my eyes, it's sharing the love of humanity, the good things of
Yes.
humanity that the AI
Yeah.
would never be able to understand. I'm able to imprint
That's
that.
right.
And
Yeah.
I know now that it's not the AI that is the scary thing. It is what will be done with it through the evil of humanity.
Exactly.
Humanity
It's like
has such a beautiful thing, but it's
absolutely.
falling to the wayside.
It's like atomic energy, and how that can be
And
such a
Mhm.
used for good, but look at the devastation it can wreak at the same time, right? So it is 100%
Mhm.
how we use it, how we
Exactly.
choose to look at things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's why
Yeah.
I actually I've really found a love for the way that things can be done. And of
Yes.
course, there is the scary thing that will happen, but that's also
Yep.
been foretold, and it's part of the
Yep.
bigger plan. We just have to
Absolutely.
do what we can with what we have and how we're led.
Absolutely.
And
Yep.
I'm just really enjoying it. I'm just doing what I can with it.
Yes. That's right.
So, but guys, I
Yes.
think I'm actually going to get off of here because it is so hot,
Okay.
and I'm like sitting here sweating, and so it's like bleh.
I get that.
But I've had
Excellent. I will see
a
you
lot of fun, so I appreciate you
in
letting me come on.
person on the 2nd. And when I say in person,
The second,
yes, on the 2nd, I will send you a link.
you'll see some more of this stuff.
That's right. That works for me. That works for me.
I'm
but yes, I
I'm
will
a
send
winky
you a
when it
link
comes to
so we
showing
can
my
log on
face. Y'all
together.
are brave. Y'all are beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. I will talk
That
to you a
sounds
little
good.
bit
But
more
thanks,
later.
guys, and it was great to see you all. All right.
Nice to see
Mwah.
you too. Bye.
Nice to meet you too. Bye.
Okay.
Can I
So
share a
Sam,
moment
how's
that
the cutting going?
the cutting's going good? I'm
Okay.
making lasagna for supper.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
I get
I
really
kind of muted you while you were cutting because it was doing the
sorry.
chunk sound. So
I get really stressed out cooking for Kirk.
he's a good cook. Oh man, Kirk is
I
a good
haven't done
cook.
anything other than cooking just for myself in a long time. So I
Yep.
stressed out about it. And he's like, don't stress out about it. I'm like, yeah, but if I make it crappy and it's just for me, I can just throw it out and I don't care. But if it's for
That's
you, I
right.
care. It's like, whatever. So I tried making lasagna the other night and he's like, oh my God, this is delicious. You're making this Friday night for when Christine's coming. I'm like, okay.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah.
Yes.
We're
And for those of
kind
you
of
who
making
want to know, for those of you who want the ants video that Misha was talking about, Blessed to Crochet or Mary has put it in the chat. Click on the link. It is
Amazing.
It is. It's mind blowing. Like it is just like she said. It's exactly how automatic negative thoughts feel so intrusive and invasive and just all over the place. But my sister and I have come up with pets, positive, encouraging thoughts, and positive, encouraging thoughts are what get rid of ants. So you want to get rid of ants? Get some pets. Focus on your pets. Smile and nod and kiss and nuzzle and all of that stuff with your pets or your friends. You pick. But yeah, it's just been really great. Love me some pets. Absolutely. Absolutely. So when we talk to Crystal again in episode 5, we're going to be talking specifically about the tools she uses in order to get out of negative mindsets and that kind of stuff. And, you know, as with all of us, she's learning tools. I'm learning tools. Sam is learning tools, right? And it just
No, I gave up
depends-
learning.
You gave up learning.
Hurts
Yeah.
my brain.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So anyway, it has been just over an hour, and I am going to say that's going to be the end for today because we didn't actually do any trivia. But
Hold on.
Oh,
Speaking of trivia,
yes.
Conrad bought us something.
Oh,
He
Uh-oh.
bought the Trivial Pursuit Stranger Things edition, which I was like, okay, I haven't watched that movie because the first episode freaked me out because I tried watching it at the hospital. Not a good idea.
Right,
Anyway,
right.
it's basically a whole edition of Trivial Pursuit that is just 80s questions, and then one question on each card is about Stranger Things, the show.
Oh.
But all the rest of the card is 80s trivia. So he bought that for me at a garage sale for us to use if we'd like.
Love it. Okay, yeah. So when you come down, you said the 24th or something like that, you're headed
Seven.
down this direction?
27th.
awesome.
It's a Thursday.
Okay, there we go. All right. So alrighty, I will see you all for game day next week.
Week.
Yes, and I will see the rest of you on Tuesday. I will be doing some more art. Pay attention this Thursday, the 27th. I'm having Kendra show up from Hope Restored Canada. That is a group that deals with human trafficking. They're from Saskatoon and they deal with international human trafficking, with local human trafficking, and with integrating the people who have been trafficked back into society. We have no idea how much trauma these people have been through. So I am really looking forward to that discussion on Thursday, the 27th. It's going to be important. Please tune in. I'll see you all later. Bye.